Hello. I'm a little bit frustrated because I had a plan and I can't find the box with the images in it that I was going to put on all of these postcards. And now I'm frustrated because I don't know what to put on them. And when your plan falls through, it's hard to decide what to do next. Hi, Janet. Hi, Melissa. Oh, so frustrating. When I was straightening up, and reorganizing my craft room, I put all these little images that I had cut out. There were like botanical images. I had fussy cut them and I even coffee dyed some of them and I put them in a box and I can't find the box anywhere. Hi, Mindy. Anyway, I wanted to put them on these cards that I wanted to start with that while people are coming in and work on these cards that I'm making. I made them out of a giant masterboard that I want to send out in some Happy Mail. And I can't find them, and that's very frustrating. Go look again. Well, I have looked everywhere I know to look. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, where did I miss? What did I have? Where did I not look? And I can't think of any place. So tomorrow I'll probably find them. Hi, Mary. It's good to see you. Hi, Holly. Anyway, I decided I'm just gonna sit here a minute and um, round corners and do some inking with all these bases for postcards. And then hopefully I can find um, if not, I'll have to just open up another book and do some more fussy cutting and stuff. But I really wanted to do this quickly and get it out there. Hi, Lori. Both Loris. Hi, both Loris. um, okay, come on. Oh, man. I had fun making these master boards and then cutting them up into um, to make little postcards. Some of them are smaller than the other ones, but so some of them are 3x5 and some of them are 4x6. But that was a lot of fun. I did make some copies. I didn't scan them in because I'm not sure how to use the scanner, and my husband was not available, and I wanted to go ahead and get them cut up. So, hi, Ruth. So they didn't get scanned in, but I did make some copies before I cut them up. So I have some, a few copies of them to play with, but okay, who's pomegranate? I'm missing something. Melissa's doing another YouTube video on Tuesday. All right. Well, if y'all haven't subscribed to her, you need to do that so you can see her YouTube video. Janet is pomegranate. Okay, I had no idea. Janet pomegranate. I guess it kind of makes sense. Hi, Violet. Ruth, I think I said hi to you, but just in case I didn't, hello, I'm glad you're here. I hope I can find those things that I had already cut out because that's what I really wanted to put on here, and I don't want to have to completely rethink the project because I want to get it done quickly. I owe some Happy Mail to a lot of people, and I want to get it out. I don't want to take the chance on not getting it out before they decide they're going to close the post office or something like that. It's hard for me to imagine them really doing that, but I guess they could. Mina still can't type. Hi, Mina. I'm glad you're here, even if you can't type. Hi, Becky. I made some, while I was watching, who was I watching? Over the weekend, I made some prototypes of a couple of pocket things to go in the Lapbook. Hi, Sherry. And I'm going to see if, I think I did 3 different kinds. So I'm not sure which, I'm not sure if I have a spot planned for 1 or for 2 of them. But I wanted to do a triple belly band for 1 of the spots. So I enjoyed what I got to see of the little box, Becky, but then I had to go take my son to work. Anyway, I'm brand new to this masterboard stuff, but I'm enjoying it. I was in a swap. Well, I am in a swap. I haven't received mine from my swap partner yet, but should be soon. We were supposed to send them out by the weekend, so I need to dump all of these because there's a bunch of them in there. And I'm not going to try to figure out something to do with all those little corners. How are y'all all doing today? Everybody holding up okay? Becky said she's doing awesome? Or was she saying awesome to something else? I'm going to assume she's doing awesome because I need to hear somebody's doing awesome. Okay, let's dump these again. And then I'm going to move these out of the way. And doing well. Work today and off tomorrow. Yay! Okay. These are not all exact. They're supposed to all be 4x6, but as you can tell, they're not. They're not all perfect. And these are pretty much 3x5. So I got the absolute maximum I could out of my master boards. I made them out of a big poster. So I put lined coffee dyed papers on the back. And I'm going to ink them, and I'm going to use my wonderful postcard stamp that Becky sent me and put that on the back and ink around the edges and all of that. Mary's coffee dyeing papers. Yay. Hi, Gloria. It's good to see you. I think I'm going to do the postcard. Let's see if we can find where's the top. Most of them it won't matter. I tried to get the lines going, that way. And then on these, it's like this. But they're patchworky. See? That one's going that direction, but we're going to not worry about it. We're just going to go ahead and use this great stamp and turn them into postcards. Okay, let's see. you, Diane. It's good to see you. I'm glad you were able to come into my live stream and have some fun with us. I'm going to be working on my Lapbook in a minute, but I'd like to do something else at the beginning to let people get in here, and I'm working on these postcards while I'm doing that. At least tonight, that's what I'm working on. I love that stamp. Isn't that great? Thank you, Becky. Hi, Cheryl. I'm so glad to see you. It is a great stamp. I love it. It's beeswax is the brand, I guess. It is crazy out there. I want to think about good things. It's been a crazy day. At least here, things have calmed down. I guess the really hoarding crazies of have done their thing and emptied out the stores, and now the rest of us are just going around trying to find the few things we really would like to have. But the people who were out there today were not acting crazy and grabbing a whole bunch of everything. They were just, being kind and getting one or two. And I was able to find a couple of things that my mother needed. And it's so, just to tell you how crazy it was, yesterday I was at the store and my stepfather wanted some crackers. Just, what do you call it? My mom calls them soda crackers. Saltine crackers, just regular old crackers, the most plain cracker you can buy. There were none in the store. I went to 2 different stores, no saltine crackers. There were some Triscuits and some Cheez-Its and, some other things, but there were no saltine crackers. But my stepfather likes to eat those with peanut butter on them. And it's funny because that's the one way my dad would eat peanut butter was on saltine crackers. I think it's funny that my stepdad likes that too. Anyway, I found him some saltine crackers today, and I took them to him, and they were even premium brand original saltine crackers. I said, "Okay, Daryl, this is gold you got here." Hi, Nashua. Hi, Terry. I'm glad to see y'all. He said, "They sure are gold. Thank you. I can make it through now that I have my crackers." Oh, butter on saltine crackers. I like butter on graham crackers. Haven't had that in a long, long time, but it's yummy. I'm going to just go ahead and spend a little bit of time inking this, and we can chat, and then I'll at 7:30 I'll go ahead and start on the Lapbook. That's what time I usually try to start. It seems lately I've been later than that because I've been doing other things, but tonight I'm going to start at 7:30 whether I've got these inked up or not. Those are the kinds of memories we have in that, certain things we did as a kid. One thing I remember doing when I was a teenager was I would cut up a potato raw, just cut it up in like French fries and salt it. And I would take it to my bedroom and I would eat those salted potatoes while I was reading. I told my kids that and they thought I was nuts. They were like, "Seriously, Mom? Why would you do that?" But I loved it. Well, there's some bits that are from where I was cutting them down. I'm trying to decide if I want to also, there's texture because these pieces are all glued on. I'm wondering what it would be like to go ahead and I was hoping it would just get edges, but it doesn't. So I probably won't do that to all of them. Well, now we figured that out. Raw potatoes are good and salt makes everything better. That's true, Gloria. That was one of my, of course, my mom didn't keep snack food around the house. So you had to make your snacks where you could find them. And that was one of my snacks. And it's funny because I started doing it because my mom told me that that's what she did when she would read when she was a teenager. And I thought, well, maybe it's good. And it was good. Lori says that's a no. A big 10-4 in the no department. Oh. When I was younger than that, like, I don't know how old, 10 or 11, my mom found one of those easy bake ovens at a garage sale. And I was so excited because I didn't have any of the little, cake mixes or anything that you're supposed to use with them. So I would cut up my potatoes and put some butter, in there with the potatoes and put salt on them and cook them in the easy bake oven. Oh, what type of cards are these? They're going to be postcards. I made a big master board, and then I cut it up into 4x6 and 3x5 sizes, and I'm going to make them into postcards. So it was a poster, a big poster that Ethan brought home from the library. They were going to throw away, and I just glued the papers on one side and the coffee dyed papers on the other. So I had a friend, and she got a new easy bake oven with the cake mixes and everything. Oh, I just thought that was so great. But mine was from a garage sale. It didn't have any mixes, so I had to make do. I cooked other things in there. I can't remember what, but the thing I remember is the potatoes. Hi, Loretta. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Sharon. I'm glad you're here. Yes. As a matter of fact, Tanya, I haven't talked to her today, but we talked some yesterday. And because of the way they're closing everything, they've already closed the national parks in New Mexico, which was one of the places they were going to go. The thing they were going to do in Utah got closed, and with the scarcity of supplies and never knowing what they'll find while they're on the road, they've decided just to go home when they get finished in Red Bay at the end of the week. So she should be home next Tuesday. And so at noon next Tuesday, we're going to finish the mystery journal. But we're going to have to do it her at her house and me at mine. And that makes me a little sad. I was really looking forward to her coming here, but at least she'll be where we can go ahead and work on it, and she can get back to live streaming and stuff. Oh, I was hoping so too, Lori. I was really looking forward to that. But maybe that, maybe it's not, doesn't mean it'll never happen, but it's not going to happen in flux like it is right now. Safe than sorry. And, you know, the more often you have to go, you can't store as much stuff. Like I have a freezer that I have food in that, we've always got some stuff in the freezer. And so, and I'm sure Tanya does at home, but you can't do that, in that RV. So if you can't find anything, you're stuck. And so they really need to get home where they can, yeah, it does, Holly. It's a, it's a shame, but it's something, we'll all get through it together. That's what, it's a common enemy. um, so we just need to stick it out. And the good thing is we can still get online together and have our meetings, and more than 50 people can come, and it's okay. Because you're more than 6 feet away from me, and I'm even if I cough, I'm not going to infect you. And of course, you all know I cough a lot. It has nothing to do with coronavirus for me to cough. I just always do. So, see, I shouldn't have mentioned it. I was doing doing pretty good. But anyway, so we can, at least we can do this. If this had happened, 20 years ago, we wouldn't be able to do this. We would just all be home, hoping we had enough good books to read. So this is a better time to do this than probably any time in history, because we can keep up with things and keep up with each other, and we can have more people, praying. And so we can just keep, slow it down so that not so many people have to go to the hospital at the same time. We can take care of more people. Yeah, Cheryl, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're not isolated. As long as we have the internet, we're not isolated. And with so much, it may get harder to do, especially daytime live streams, if more people are working from home. The internet may get more crowded. If we have a lot of remote schooling and remote, working from home, we'll just have to see how that works out. But we can at least, make videos and upload them and share that way, and message on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So we can keep up with each other. Amen, Diane. So many of us are helped emotionally and mentally by being able to connect like this. It's a big help. I know it is for me. I'm in better health now, but a few years ago, it was what kept me sane when I was in such poor health. And back then, all I could do was watch. I couldn't even do anything. I didn't even feel like participating in anything. I just watched. But watching was my medicine. Ooh, I think I'm going to get them all done before 7:30 comes. And I'll just have to find those images another day and work on them, or if we get finished with the Lapbook and we want to stay on, I may just fussy cut out some more things and go ahead and work on them. I want to show you what I'm going to use with the images and why I want to do botanicals. I'll show you that in just a second. I got something at a garage sale the other day for $0.25 that I think is going to be fun to use as grass for my botanicals. Oh, I missed what Terry said. Let me go back and read that real quick. Hi, Patricia. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Kim, the collector of crafts. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, they did change it from 50 to 10. My husband was just telling me that, and well, that's impossible. So, wow. Well, I missed what it was that Terry said. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry your mom's not doing well, Terry. That's hard. I know how stressful it was when my mom was doing poorly. She's still not back to normal. She's still not her normal strong self, but she is at least doing better, and I'm very grateful. It's spring break here, so they've got a few days to make a decision whether they're going to open school back up after spring break or not. I think the schools here probably have the capability to do quite a bit of stuff online. Um, all right. Oh, two more. I thought I was practically done, but I almost am. Yeah, we all need to stay busy. That's true. Well, I've managed to collect some cleaners and some toilet paper and some Kleenexes. So I'm going to be staying home except to take my son to work for the next few days. So I'm tired of going out and the depressing state of the stores. You know, those of you who live in hurricane land, you have to deal with this every once in a while, but I've never, ever seen the stores like this, ever. They've got signs on all the doors. No, we do not have wipes or hand sanitizer or toilet paper or, you know, and the stores that, and when you go in, you know, they say that we have no toilet paper. You can't use there are no public restrooms and all that kind of stuff. So, um, but yeah, spring break started today here too. And that's kind of a blessing for how to, you know, getting this, giving them some time to make preparations. Okay, boy, I really tore up that sponge, didn't I? I guess I'm going to need to go to Hobby Lobby and see if I can find some more of those. I keep thinking about it when I'm actually using it, that I need to find some more, but I don't think about it any other time. Of course, sponges have not been on my important list of things to look for right now. Okay, let me show you what I got to go with this if I can find it. Oh, here it is. And remember, I'm going to put a botanical image on them. You know what that is? Somebody tell me what it is. Oh, so they announced that this evening for you, Diane. Okay. Well, they haven't made an announcement like that here, but money, that's right. That's what it is. It's Fed Shreds museum. So there you go. But I thought that would make fun grass at the bottom of my, you know, underneath my little images. So hamster litter. Yeah, well, I guess you could use it for that if you want to. I don't know what it cost at the museum to buy it, but I got it for $0.25. So I was willing to pay $0.25 for some shredded up money. Okay. Let me get my book and I'm going to show y'all, because some of you are new. I'm going to show you what we've done so far. And if you go, I've got a playlist on the Lapbook, and it's mostly all live streams. Hi, Linda, I'm glad you're here. Um, but if you want to see how I did everything, you can go back and watch in those live streams. But this is my Lapbook, and it's made out of 3 books. A big book that was a government constitutional government course, and then 2 small books that were little encyclopedias. So, and in right in the middle, where the big spine is, in the middle, I've made this is what we did last week. We made a couple of folders with pockets. Let me find something to show you what we've got. We've got a pocket here and a pocket here and a pocket there, a pocket here, and one in here and here. So that was one. And then on this one, we have a pocket here and a pocket back here. And then in here, we have a pocket here and a tuck spot here and here. And the same thing over here. And then on this side, it's just like the front. So that's what we did last week. And the first, whoops, ooh, almost knocked that off. That wouldn't be good. The first thing we did was build this little folio here. And it has a little bitty pocket there and a pocket here. And on this side, there's just paper. There's nothing else there at the moment. And then there's a pocket here and a pocket here. So that was the first thing we did after we put it together. There are videos on how I put it together and covered it and all of that. We've done all of it to get pretty much all of it together. So, and then the next time we did this, which is a fold out. And then for this one, we've got this envelope here. And I did go ahead and glue it down so it does, you don't have a tuck spot behind it, but you could leave one if you wanted to. And we did this stacked, what did I call it? Stacked library pocket. And then over here, this is one that I made from an envelope. And I did this in my 31 days of envelopes back in August. So I didn't do this particular one, but one like it. And then we left a tuck spot behind that. And then this is one that's made out of a book page. And here there's a tuck here and a tuck here. And 3 pockets right here. And then this one is our woven pocket. So you've got here and here and here and here. Come on. And here. And you could also leave a pocket behind it, but I didn't. And then we did, let me close this up. We did these stacked and toppled pockets. I combined 2 of the things that Pam did at the Paper Outpost. She did toppled pockets and she did stacked pockets. And so I did a combination because I wanted them both on there. And then we made a gusseted pocket that has a tuck spot in the side. And you could leave space behind it, but I didn't. I didn't want to put anything behind it. So, and we did, we put in a Midori style binding so that you can add a journal in here, because my thoughts on this is that it's a gathering place for ephemera that I'm going to put in a journal. So I store the journal here, and probably just like 1 signature journals is what I will be using. And put the ephemera in all of this stuff. And you can put, if you want to put this one in, you can leave this one in and put your journal in there because, made a spine on it. Or if you just want it to be a gathering place because your journal is not one that would fit in here, then you can add this in. And I haven't tried to do this since we put it together, but I made this with Velcro so you can take it off. Let's see if it worked. It did. It stuck. So you can take it off and restring this if you need to. So that was a fun addition, I think, to make it where you can do that. Okay, so today we're going to put, we're going to put a triple belly band here, and we're going to put a pocket here. And I've made a couple of, and then I've got these two places to work on next, and we'll be finished. So it's getting close. I thought it would really take a lot longer than this to finish it. Of course, we could make stuff to fill all these pockets, but that's the kind of stuff you do all the time. So I made 3 different styles of pocket insert, and I think I know which one I'm going to use in here. But if you want me to, I can show you how to make all 3 of them. So, well, I thought it was a fun idea. I wanted to make this style, but I didn't want it to be accessed through here. So I had to come up with another plan. Necessity is the mother of invention, right? So that's how we did that. And then we just fold it up by folding those 2 in and folding it like this. Okay, so right here is where we're going to put the pocket. And I'm going to show you the 3 different ones that I played with and made. Well, actually, you could do it 4. This is one that you could do, and it's not glued together, but you could have a pocket here and here. And if you glue the sides of these, then you can even open this up because it's double. So you can open this up and make a pocket in there. But this is just part of this one. So this one I used half of a file folder, not even the whole half, actually. I used this one I used half of a file folder on this one too, and this was the other half. I think that's what it was. No, this was from a different one. Anyway, both of these use a half of a file folder. This one you use the whole file folder, and you have a pocket here. I should have inked these so it'd be easier to see. A pocket here and a pocket back here. And I made these like tuck type pockets. And then a pocket inside there, and a pocket here, and a pocket here. So you've got, where's my thing? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to tuck things. And then if you glue it, so that you could go ahead and make a pocket there too. So thank you. I'm glad that you like it. So that's one and I really like how this one turned out. This one's good if you don't have as much space, but this one has a lot more pocketing ability. And this one just has a tuck spot here and here. So if you want it more simple, you can do that. If you don't want to take up add as many things in, you just want to put bigger stuff in, then you can use that. But this is the one that I really liked the best. And so it's the one I really want to build. I'll build one of these if y'all want me to too. But this one uses one of those hanging file folders. And so it's got a big pocket there and a tuck spot right here and a pocket here and a tuck spot kind of pocket. So you can go this way or this way here. So there's 2 here, one back there and then one right here. And then this tuck spot, is longer. So I love these green ones. I think they're fun. And you could do this with another file folder. It doesn't have to be one of the green ones. I just like the green one. And I like that it's two different greens. I thought that was kind of fun too. So, and you could make this one where you glue it down, on three sides, and you can put stuff behind it, or you can make it a pocket from the top too. So, yeah, I like the angle look. I think that's fun. And you could make your angle come sharper if you want to, which would make this one a little taller. So you could do it, there are different ways to do it. So yeah, I love green. I sure do. um, so we're going to make this one. And then if y'all want to, we can make this one as well, which is kind of like this one and this one combined. Well, thank you, Mina. That's sweet. Show how to make this one too? Okay. So we will do these two. And I have a regular file folder. And I have one of those green hanging file folders. So that's what we're going to make. And I'm going to put the green one in the book. So this is what it'll look like in there. Now you could make it a different size depending on the size of your book. Pocket. Who's got a pocket? It's Hannah. No, Hannah's not that interested. She's enjoying seeing how mine's coming out, but she's doing a lot of drawing right now. That's her focus, is drawing and some watercolor. So she's been really working on illustration. That's one of the things she's teaching herself this year is illustration. So she's been learning a bunch of different styles of illustration. And that's what she's working on. Now, this one, I think I want to go ahead and round corners on it. Oh, that's not going to be good. You don't have to. And those two are already sort of rounded. But I think it looks nice if they're all rounded on this side. You have manila folders, all right. I don't know if she'll think to bring any out. She has done. She's working on a couple. I don't know if she's inked them or not, though. If she thinks about it and brings one out, I'll be happy to show you. But sometimes she thinks to do it, and sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes I make a special note to ask her, and I don't think I made a special note to ask her today. So, okay. And I think this size works well. So I'm just going to make my new one this same size because I like showing some of this. I could make it bigger, but I don't think I want to because like I said, I put that pretty paper on there. I want to save some of it and let it show. But I'm going to get the book out of the way while we're working on this. And that's what it looks like folded up. This came off of an old purse. And it will unzip. Oh, maybe that's her. Hannah? Hannah? Just a second. They were asking if you had any drawings to show them tonight.
I have to.
Okay, go get them. She came out here for something else, but she said she would go get them, so. She has a couple, she said, you can see. Anyway, this will unzip, but there's nothing, it's glued down, so there's, nothing happens in there. You just can unzip it for kicks. I put it on upside down. So this is the back, but this is what I really wanted to be the front. So I'm going to have to do something over here to decorate it because I got it crooked. But I'll do that later.
I may just have one. I don't know if I want to see the one beneath this one.
Okay, she may just let you see one. This is the one she's working on right now. She hasn't finished it yet, so it's not quite as easy to see, but I think it's showing up pretty good.
Yeah. Hardest part is seeing some of the hair detailing over here and telling what's that.
Yeah.
There's 2 different levels to that.
She's got some hair obvious and some that's not. So I don't know if you can, how much of that you can see, but I don't think she's actually finished with it either. So you're not gonna you don't want to. Oh yeah, let them see that one.
I don't know. I think I got the eyes too close together.
You did, but it's still pretty.
The inking didn't work as well as I wanted to. I swear the eyes didn't look okay, fine.
Okay.
The eyes didn't look too close together when I drew the sketch.
They are a little close together, but it's still very pretty.
I really like doing the embroidery on the neck.
Yeah, I like that too. And the braid. You did a good job with the braid.
Yeah, that was fun.
They said, thank you. Fabulous. Great detail. Such talent. Great. Beautiful.
Thanks.
They said, thank you.
Well, I guess you're welcome.
Okay. Some people have close eyes. That's true. She had close eyes. Even if Hannah didn't want her to, she did. We don't get to choose that, do we? We have whatever kind of eyes we get. Okay. Which one of these do you want me to do first? The green one or the manila one? No, the next one won't be perfect, Beth, because she's rarely completely satisfied. She's like all of us. She's rarely completely satisfied. Green. Okay. We'll do the green one first. Now for this one, what I did was just cut it right there so that I got the maximum amount of that I could. So we cut that off. There's got to be something cool you can do with these. I don't know what. I'm not saving it. Am I blurry? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about it. I don't look blurry to me. Have y'all tried checking your stream strength or quality? Sometimes that makes, when I'm watching other people, that makes my screen blurry. And once I adjust that, it gets better. I don't know if that's it or not, but you might try it. You tried refreshing. Okay. It's not blurry for Janet. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is cut this to the height that we want it to be. So that way we start out, we're not working with extra stuff. We're just got what we want. And so we'll take that part off and you can make some tags with it or something. Okay. Well, when I have my autofocus on, it is a mess and I hate it. But it doesn't seem to make it better to me anyway when it's on. But I don't know that if you want me to, I'll go in and turn it on, but I don't think it's going to make anything better. Okay, now we want the Hi Teresa. Excuse me. I'm going to just make a mark. Oh, I'm sorry. One thing I like better about being in a StreamYard is I can mute, and I can't mute here. Okay. You want to cut off a piece from the back, not from the front, because we're over here. So how wide you want it to be, you cut off the extra from the back. And this is the width I've chosen, so. My marks look crooked. That looks straighter. Okay. So we'll cut that off. You can make a tag from it too. It heard y'all talking, I guess, because I didn't do anything, but I'm glad it's better now, at least for some of you. Hold this back, and we want it, if we can, to line up with the, whoops. To match the back. Yeah, I do. Okay. Now, once you do that, this is your tuck spot, and this is your inside pocket. Now, I went ahead and glued this one down so that it's a pocket from the top. But you could, leave it open and make it just a giant tuck if you want to. But I went ahead and made it a pocket. And that's what I'm going to do on this one because I like that. And then you just take this part and you put it in here where your center is at the cutting line. And you take off however much you want to take off. And you kind of decide by how much of this you want to leave. And I think I'm going to go about right there. I think that's a little bit steeper than I did last time, but that's fine. And so then you've got this angle, and then we're going to tuck this right in here. And that's how we make this pocket. It's really pretty easy. And I'm not going to shape the corners of this because it's all squared off everywhere, and I want it to stay that way. So, see, this is what happens when you're sitting watching somebody and you've got to come up with a pocket and you're too lazy to go watch other videos because you want to watch a live stream. So you just play. So you use the cutoff piece, yeah. And the cutoff piece makes your other pocket there. Okay. Let's get these out of the way. And gluing it together is pretty simple, but I am going to go ahead and ink it first and decide how I want to decorate it before I glue it together. For me, it's always easier to decorate and then glue. So we're going to just go ahead and ink everything here. And I did go ahead and take off a little bit of this just to make it easier to get in place. You don't have to do that, but I just decided that I didn't want to have to worry about is it going to go flush or not. So okay, so we've got that part, and that kind of makes it stand out a little bit better too, just by itself. No, it's not hard, Linda. See? Ta-da! Yeah. um, it's actually very easy, and that's one of the cool things about it. That you get a completely different look from most pockets, and it's easy. So easy's a nice bonus. And I'm going ahead and inking the bottom where it's going to be glued together too, just because it doesn't always meet perfect. And if you don't have it inked, if you have it inked, it looks better if it doesn't meet perfectly. So. And of course we want to do this edge too. Thank you, Teresa. I like easy peasy. Easy peasy. That way anybody can do it. Okay, so it's going to be like this. And I'm debating how I want to decorate it because kind of thinking that I want to just decorate some parts of it and not other parts, because I think that emphasize things if it's not completely decorated. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See, I left borders here, and I think that helps with it, seeing the different parts, and not just looking like a hodgepodge. But when you get in here, it still looks pretty hodgepodge. And so I like it to be pretty obvious, and I like to show some of the folder. I don't like to hide everything. In this one, we didn't hide everything either, and we tore the paper, and I like that look as well. Over here, we tore some of it, and a lot of it we did straight cut. So it's just whatever you like. These were all pretty straight cut, and these were torn. So it's one of those do what you like best. But I'm trying to decide if I want to do like decorate in here these 3 pieces and leave the dark green alone. Oh, bye, Terry. I do too, but I want to do something different, Beth. I don't want everything to have the same look. So I could do the green part and leave these alone, but I kind of think I want this. I kind of think I want that covered. So I think I'm probably going to end up doing decorating this and this and this. And leave it. I haven't heard from Kendra in a little bit. Just keep praying for her, because I'm not sure. I haven't heard from her in a while. Janet, have you heard anything from Kendra recently? I know she's really struggling. They're really struggling trying to find what's wrong with her, and that's so hard when they can't even do the light green the same and the dark green sister print with all the original green showing. Okay, that sounds like you're saying contradictory things, Beth, so I'm a little confused. I'm not understanding exactly what you mean. Do the light green the same, So use one kind of print on the light green and a different kind of print on the dark green. And then leave some edges. Is that what you're saying? Hi, Barb. Hi. We're glad you're here. Edges showing. Okay. Well, I like the edges showing for sure. One thing I could do is like do a music paper for the dark green part and then do, botanical paper for the, and that would give some real contrast and then leave some edges. Does that work for you, Beth? Some music paper and some botanical paper and edges showing everywhere. I'm going to wait and see if she approves of that idea. Yes, I'm going to make this one too. I'm just not going to put it in my book, but I am going to make it. Any lace paper. I have some doilies. Let me see. I have some doilies, some coffee dyed doilies that are, angled. That would be pretty here. Can't see it real good, but we could do that. If you like do you like the doily idea better than the book paper idea? Okay, let's go ahead and kind of shut that and show what that would look like. And then we could use, some more doily here. That would be difficult to get doily to go to that angle. I guess we could do it like this and just trim it. Yes, the doilies. Okay. All right. Well, we will do that then. So let's take this, cut that off. They are awesome doilies, aren't they? I got lucky and found a few of these. There weren't a ton of them, but I found a few of them in a deal at the thrift store, and so that was exciting. Okay, now then, we know we're not going to see all of it, so I can cut off this part down here and use it somewhere else because I don't have a ton of these, so I don't want to waste it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ink it a little bit just on the edges. It is. Like that? Is that what you mean, Becky? Now I could do just a little bit to bring out the texture of that doily. Let's do that. See how that looks. Oh, the outer pocket. Okay. Like this. Is that, of course, I'll have to use a different piece for that. But I could do this one with this. Hi, Barbara. Turn the corner at an angle. And only use a corner. Oh, okay. I don't. So just like use a little bit of it at an angle, but not sure what. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. How they come off the square. Yes, I see that. So are you saying just do it like this? I'm sorry, I'm confused. So are you saying to just use like this part of it? Or are you saying do it like this? Like that? um I'm sorry, my brain is evidently not working. Line the square edge up with the cut edge. So this edge, line it up with this. Like that. Line the square edge up with the cut edge. Like this. So are you wanting it just to be in the, just like in the middle? The delay is so I never know when I'm doing it right or not. Oh. My brain is not processing well. I that's all I can say. only use a corner. So just like this in the middle. Okay. Okay. Hopefully this is what you mean because I'm cutting it. Okay. I got to cut it just a tiny bit more because it's going to stick out beyond it. I hate the delay because you say yes, and I think you mean yes to what I just did, and you really meant yes to what I did a minute ago. It's frustrating to interpret. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and ink that one too. Hi, Joan. I'm glad you're here. Okay, now for this one. I'm going to go ahead and trim it right here. Okay, that didn't quite work. Okay, I messed that one up. I think I'm going to do it like this. And then do this one like that. And we'll just hope that you like that because my brain's hurting now. I think that was a little wonky, but some of the inside pieces of this doily haven't come out. But we're just going to go ahead and use it that way because it would be a long time to get that cleaned up. So, okay. So that's what we're going to do with this. So let's go ahead and glue this down. Ah, eBay has the doilies. All right. That's going to get her some doilies. Well, these are really pretty. The square is unusual, and so that makes them, you know, even kind of cooler. Uh-oh. You have to be very careful when you're gluing those down because they do tear. All right. We got that one. And so let's do this one next. Uh-oh. No, don't mess up on me. All right. Whoop, got it down. We didn't mess it up. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Joyce. I'm glad y'all are here. Okay. Now we've got to do this one now. And I'm going to, I need to find a piece of wax paper to put over this when I shut it because I don't want to end up gluing that pocket down because the glue does get on the both sides of that doily. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, that was kind of close. Oh, we almost had a craft-a-lanch, but not quite. Okay. And give it another scrap piece of paper here. And do this one. Okay, now when you pull this off, look at all the glue it leaves behind in all those holes. So you have to be, it's one reason you have to be so careful with it because it, there's glue on both sides at this point. Okay, now we're going to stick that in there so it won't glue itself together while we find paper for this. The Canadian border is closed. Wow. I imagine Canada's trying to keep us out of there. I mean, when you think about how close New York and Washington are to Canada, I wouldn't blame them if they're the ones who closed the border. But it wouldn't surprise me either if it was a coordinated effort. Okay, now I need to find something pretty to go in here. Oh, Joyce, maybe the cold will kill the germs, the wind will blow them away, and the rain will drown them down. Oh, hi, Suzanne. It's good to see you. Glad you're here. The Canadians closed it. Well, I don't blame them. Not one bit. People need to be staying home right now anyway. And if you're somewhere else, you need to get home. And if you're at home, you need to stay there. That's how I'm thinking as far as travel goes right now. And I mean everybody. It's only partially closed. Okay. All right. So let's find a book page that can go in there. And I want something that's not white. So I think we're going to use something out of here. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Let's put this in here and see. I think that would work, but I think I'd rather have some flowers or something. Okay, we're going to go look for a new page because my bits are not the right size bits. We're not going to use any of those because those are double spreads and can go in journals. So we're just going to set them aside. And we'll move on into oh, goodness. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay. And I'm going to take out the pages that'll work for journals and set them aside because I want to use all of these pages as wisely as I can. Okay. Oh, there is a page. I was going to say, but I don't have anything I can use because that's, let's just go ahead and tear it out and put it with the other ones that are, that can be cut up. But I think this one will work here. Let's see if we can get that one to work. I only have one of these books, so I'm trying to use it as judiciously as possible. Do an art hop. Let everyone who has a channel take turns, one after the other. Well, I'm not teaching either, Joyce. I'm just, oh, I don't want to mess up those dragonflies. I love the dragonflies, and I don't think they would show. No. Let's try bring it up here and see. Okay, I'm going to take off some of this side so we can get the dragonflies to show up. Well, let's see. Okay, if I do that, I can almost get the dragonflies in. Okay, I'm going to take off just a little bit more. Eating peanut butter out of the jar because you can. That's how my family likes to eat it. Out of the jar, a big old spoon. They each have their own jar so they don't cross-contaminate. Actually, they eat it on a spoon. They don't eat it out of the jar. I mean, they take it out of the jar on a big spoon and eat it. They don't stick the spoon back in the jar. I guess that's what I'm saying. Okay. All right, I think I want to tear this one because the edges of this stuff are kind of torn. I mean, it's that kind of look. We can get it to, if we can get it to tear. Okay, well we'll have to adapt it here a little bit. Yeah, double dipping. No double dipping. That's what we call it when it's hot sauce. When salsa, you don't double dip in your salsa. Okay, this is going to take me a little bit of finagling here. Okay, I got too much stuff on this poor little table. Okay. There we go. Okay. That's what's going to show. Should I put a little bit of the picture right here too? What do you think? Crafty nutrition only. Okay. Yes, put it right there. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. I got. Me too. I love the tearing rulers. So much fun. Okay. Let's hold that right there. And do it again. Okay, right there. And then we're going to go there. Okay. Now then, let's see. Like that. Well, at least they taste good, Sharon. Okay. So let's go ahead and ink these up and put my bits and pieces with the other bits and pieces. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. Okay. And we'll ink this one and glue it down. And then we're going to set this aside and let all that stuff dry before I glue the pocket together. We'll work on the other pocket and come back and glue this one together and put it in the book. And you can adapt these to be, you know, the size that you want them to be. And I don't know why I'm inking the bottom and the side because it's not going to show, but it's just what I do. Okay. Okay. When Lisa shows us all the pockets, I will hop. Okay. Well, you know, there's probably always a new way to make a pocket, so I don't know if you want to wait till I've shown you all the pockets to hop. If you want to hop around, if you're a happy hopper, you just go ahead and hop. Uh-oh. Some glue. I'll show you in just a second where I got these. This one anyway. I do get pages different places, but this page came from the Edith Holden book, and there are several Edith Holden books. I only have one, but I'll show you the one that I have. Mine is The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden. So that's the one I have. But there are several of her books. There's the Nature Journal. Some of those others. Ladybug. Those are flowers. There's not a ladybug. Unless there was a ladybug on another page. No, I don't have a ladybug, I don't think. These are just words, which are pretty enough, but that was it. Okay, well, that wasn't a ladybug. I'm sorry. It would have been cute if it was. Hi, Deborah. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Okay, we're going to let all this stuff dry. because it's all, I'm going to do it like this because this part's okay. But the doily parts need to dry, and we'll work on the other one. Okay. Put the glue stick up. And that was this one. It's my prototype for that one, so I can keep it and use it sometime. And the one we're going to make now is this one, and it has, and I left all of these open, but you don't have to. You can shut them all if you want to and make them pockets, but I thought it'd be easier to get stuff in and out if they were all pockets. I mean, if they all had a side open like that. So, hi, Julie. It's good to see you. All right. Now then, when I did this one, I cut the file folder exactly in half. And that should be exactly in half. So let's see if it is. It's Edith Holden. Edith Holden is she's the artist and the author, but Michael Joseph Webb and Bauer is who printed this this one. But if you just put The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, it's her. It'll come. That's what's going to come up. Okay. Now let's see if I did this right. Okay, it's 11 and not quite 3/4. And so let's go up here. So that would be 5 1/2 plus 1/4 and a tiny little bit. And that doesn't look like it's exactly the center. So I think I'm going to go that tiny little bit. And we'll find out if I'm wrong here. Okay. That's pretty good. So you want to cut them in half. And that gives you these two pieces like this. Now we're gonna leave this piece connected. I do want to go ahead and round that corner and this corner. And I don't know how that won't, can't round those, or at least they're just like they are. I am going to cut that little tip off so that it's a little smoother. Okay. And we're going to round this one and this one. And I'm going to trim those off a little bit so they're not so sharp. Okay. Now with this one, you see how close these are together? We don't want them that close together. We want a little more space. Okay. So we're going to just trim these apart. Well, let's see how tall we made this one. So you can see this is the one I'm working with, and this is the height that I made this pocket. Okay. Now you could make the whole thing this tall if you want to, but that's 9.5 inches. And I didn't want mine to be 9.5 inches. I wanted it to be 8.5 inches. So what I did was go in here and cut off 1 inch to make it 8.5 inches at the tallest part. Okay. And then I took this one and I cut off another 1.5 inches because I want, well, let's do 1.25 inches. I don't think I did a whole 1.5 inches. I'm not sure exactly what I did, but it doesn't matter. You do it however you want. And that way you've got more space here. Okay. And then you want to put this one in there. Can you see that? When I ink them, it'll show up better. But you want your straight one to go in between them. Okay. So I'm going to look at this and decide this is where I want. Okay. See right here, this is how much I want this to be. So right here is where I'm going to fold this back up behind it. Okay. So let's put a little dot right there. I need to probably put a little dot on the other side as well. Okay. Now then I'm going to take my ruler and if I can find my dots. And my bone folder. And I'm going to just crease it, a little bit so I can fold it back. And that's not straight. Well, so we will just adapt it, straighten it up a little bit. Because you can do that. Just make it straight. Okay. So now we have these two pieces. And then we have this. And if we stack them all together, it looks like that. Okay. But we want this one to open up because it's 2. And we don't want it to be 2. So now you can decide, do you want to leave it this tall or do you want to shorten it a little bit? Because we're going to trim off the end and you can trim off however much of that as you want to. Can y'all see that? Is this making sense? So I'm just going to take and trim off about 1/4 inch. You can trim off more if you want or less if you want, but I'm going to do 1/4 inch. Okay. Now then, I want to take this one right here and I'm going to cut out a hole. I cut it out with scissors the first time right here, but it's not a very good circle. Okay. You can see clearly now. Oh, good, Beth. I can see clearly. Okay. So this is what it's going to look like. When we put it all together, we'll have one pocket here and a pocket back here and then one inside here and here and here. And you can, like I said, you can glue them all together or you can leave them open on the side. And I left these open on the side because I think when you've got the more stuff you put in them, the more tighter the front ones or the back ones get, depending on where you started putting stuff in. And so I just think it gives you more space to leave it open like this. So that's the way I'm going to do this one. Okay. But before I do that, I'm going to ink it all up. And that'll make it a lot easier to see where all the pockets are once it's inked up. And because I like to ink things up. I especially like the way manila folders look inked up. And once again, you want to do all of the sides, even when the ones you're gonna glue down, because if they're not perfect, you will see a little manila behind it. And if you've got them all inked, then that won't show. Okay, there's that one. Once you cut them like this, you could also take this one and just fold it back and make a little manila folder out of it. If you wanted to do that. You don't have to use it like this. This is just the way I'm using it. But that's a way to make a small manila folder, which I think makes a cute pocket as well. Or to put inside a journal, you can just make it smaller. Okay. So this is what it looks like right now. And then we've got these two more pieces. Since we cut that, we turned it into two pieces. So we'll just ink those up. Now on this part, because I've got this semicircle here, I'm going to go ahead and ink down in here pretty good so that will show behind that circle. Okay. Now you could also okay. Since those are kind of rounded, I wanted to round the ones on this side too. Well, let's just go ahead and do them all. Okay. You can round them or not. Totally up to you. Sometimes I like them rounded. Sometimes I like them square. Okay. So this is what it looks like at its most basic. All right. Now you could leave it just like this and do some faux stitching around it. And I think that would be pretty. Or you could decorate it, whichever you want to do. I think for this one, since it's not going in my book, I just want to do the faux stitching around it. And I can do that after it's glued together. It doesn't have to be done right now. So I'm not going to make you watch while I go ahead and do that. This is a 2.5 inch circle punch. It's the size you use for artist trading coins, 2.5 inch. You could use a 2 inch one and it would work fine. You could use a 1-inch one and it would do the same thing. It just wouldn't be as big. But this one's a 2.5-inch, and I didn't do a half circle. I just did a little bit. Like the bottom quarter. You could run it under the sewing machine, absolutely. My sewing machine that I use on paper is not working right at the moment, so Tanya was going to come clean it for me, and now she's not. But I like it. Yeah, there's no waste, zero. Except, there's let's see, there's this piece, and this piece, and this piece. That's all that's left. So the rest of it is all right here. Okay, go take the dog out. Yes, that would be a lot of layers to sew through. Of course, you could sew this piece, together around all of it and then fold it. And you could sew this piece all around, and then you could glue them together. And that way you wouldn't be sewing through all of the layers, but you would still have the sewing. Yeah, Tanya's going to have to go back home. There's just too many uncertainties. And when you're in an RV and you can't get food, and you don't have a freezer to store stuff, and you don't know whether the next town's going to have anything at the store or not. And then some of the national parks are already closing. They decided it was just wiser to go on back home. And I agree with them. I'm sad. I'm really sad, but I agree that that's the wisest thing to do. Hopefully they will catch this, but they're not little young chicks, and they need to be where there's health care available if they did catch it. So you have to think about that as well. The one blessing of this coronavirus is it seems to be the younger you are, the less trouble you have with it. And that's a blessing for children. But, you don't have to worry as much about your children as you do a lot of things. But, the small children, lots of times the small children are the ones that really get it, but not this one. It doesn't seem like. So it was going to be so much fun. Yeah, it was. It was. We'll still have fun. We'll just have to be in separate places. But we're gonna next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow, at noon on my channel, we're gonna do the last half of the mystery book. So at noon Central Time. Hi Sandra, it's good to see you. Yeah, it is worrisome. Okay, I'm sure you can figure out how to glue this together, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it just to, so it will be finished. Now, like I said, I'm going to leave these sides, this side open. So I'm just going to do this side and the bottom of everything. And I'm just going to stand them up there together and then put them together. That way it's a little easier to get it exact. Woo, a little too much glue. A little dab will do you with that art glitter glue. Okay. So there's that piece. And then on this one, I'm going to just glue this right here and set it right inside here. So that's how we're going to put this one together. Let me make sure I'm doing it right. Yes. Yes, this right here. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue along the seam there. And I'm just going to set it in here, line it up, and shut it. And then you have to work, both the edges. Work the bottom, work the side. And now I'm going to do this edge and the bottom here. So it's really pretty. It's pretty easy to put together too. You have to really press it because now you're gluing thicker, thicker things down. It's harder to just push it together with your fingers. So just do the same thing. And then one piece left right here. And then we just fold that shut. And you could also decide, see how it's kind of bowing out right here? So it might be smart to just go ahead and close this spot. And then you could leave this one open, and this one open, and this one open, but this one would be shut. So just for kicks, let's do that. Whoops. Okay. Now that one's still open. Make sure the glue didn't go down there. And make sure it didn't go down there. Okay. So I've got this one open, this one open, this one open, this one closed, and this one open. And I think that lays down a little bit better. It still opens a little bit, but it lays down better than when this one was open because of that fold. And it, that'll probably help a little bit too. Mary's doing her own thing. Well, Mary always does her own thing. That's all right. We like Mary's thing. She always does good when she does her own thing. Okay. Now then, we can, let's see. Where's my black pen that I used to? I don't know that this is it. Let's see what this one looks like. Where's my a little bit here? That'll be fine. I'm going to use this one to do some faux stitching, just so you can see what that looks like. I think it looks nice. And then you can decorate, you could decorate just this bottom one because you're going to be tucking stuff in. Do a little collage down here. But you could have decorated each piece before you put it together like I have done all the other pockets. But this way I can use this one in any journal I want and decorate it with whatever I'm doing in that journal. So maybe it'll get used instead of just sitting around as an example. I'm going to see if those other ones are dry in a minute, and then we will, if they're not, we'll go ahead and do the belly band before we worry about gluing that one in. I can't sew straight even when I'm doing it with an ink pen. It's really pretty fast when you go ahead and glue it together before you do this, because you don't have to do, as much. Although it would be good to go ahead and do it down the ones that are open. You don't have to, but it kind of makes it look like it's open on purpose. Let's go ahead and well, I'm glad I hope you had fun on your rabbit trail. Rabbit trails are fun. Fabric bits are fun. Okay, now this one, it will be harder to do the whole top. So I'm just going to do it right there, but then I'm going to go down and do the side. Well, I might can do the whole top now that I've got it open like this. Let's see if we can do the whole thing. No, we got most of it. Okay. Now let's just go ahead and finish it since we're this close. This would be fun if you had a blue file folder. It would look like, denim. That would be fun. I had a blue file folder, but I didn't think about using it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit more here. Okay. And you could do different stitches, I didn't think about it until just now, but it would have been fun to mix some zigzags in with the straight stitches. I didn't think about that. I wish I'd thought about that earlier. Oh, well. Anyway, there it is. Yeah, this is our spring break, so I'm expecting them to probably say that here when it's time to go back, but they haven't yet. Okay, that's a lot easier to see than this, isn't it? Excuse me. All right. So there's that. And where did I put? Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's see if this is dry. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Excuse me. You're welcome, Teresa. Ah, so frustrating. Okay, I'm going to glue this down first. So we're just going to run a bead of glue right there, and we're going to shut it. And you want to really press it down. If you do that for a minute, if you take the time to do that, it really, really glues things well. It doesn't take a lot of glue either. Okay, and now we're going to do this one right here and right here. Our zoo has a huge. In fact, they have 3 big events every year. One of them is at Halloween, one is at Christmas, and one is at Easter. And I am quite certain they won't be doing the Easter one this year because thousands of kids show up for those events. Okay. And now I'm just going to do right here on this one and leave the side open. So it will just, it'd be like a pocket and a tuck. So I'm just going to do this. I haven't heard anything from our zoo yet, but I can't imagine them going ahead and doing that. Okay, and then on this one, I'm going to glue it right here and right here, so it will just be a tuck. Now, right here, let me find. Let me put something in there before I squeeze that one down because I do not want to glue it to the underneath part. Okay. So here's our, we can tuck something in like this. We can tuck something in like this. We can tuck something in here. And then we have a big pocket here. Hi, Mary. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Let me go ahead and glue this into the book. Move those out of the way. Oh. If I don't put those doilies back where they were, I will never find them again, and then I'll be upset. Okay. So now I've got to decide Do I want to leave this open where you can put stuff behind it or not? And I don't think I do. I think it will increase the integrity of the book. And there are plenty of pockets in here, so I don't think it'll hurt to have this glued all the way down. So that's what I'm going to do. Amen, Joyce. Amen. Thank you, Linda. Hi, Tanya. I told them our sad news. They all understand. They want you to be safe. But they're all as sad as we are that we're not going to get to be together. Okay. All right. I'm just going to glue it down. We just want you to get home safely. Okay. There's that one. I like it. Okay, now then we're over here. We're going to put a, let's do that so we can get it where we can see better. We're going to do a belly band, and I'm going to make it a triple belly band. So we can put big stuff underneath it, or we can we'll have one big one and then one that's split in half. So you have big stuff behind, or you have two small ones, and then we'll have a smaller one on top of those, so you can put little stuff in there. So don't know how much you're going to really want to, how much stuff you'd want to stuff in there, but it'll be fun to be able to put different sizes of stuff in it. Okay. And what I didn't do was get out stuff to make that with. Okay. But I think I want to use, I need to use something fairly sturdy. Be right back. No, I don't want to make it so sturdy that it's unusable. Oh, I'm going to show y'all this in just a second. All right, we're just going to use another file folder because that's easy. Okay, haven't decided when I'm going to do it, but we're going to turn this lovely old green file, and it's got wonderful old pages inside. We're going to turn this into a journal. So there's a heads up. It's a 6-pocket carry file, it says. 1995. It looks a lot older than that, but I mean, it's 25 years old. I guess that's pretty old for a pocket file. But anyway, hi Debbie. Okay. Now I do want a lot of these things. A lot of these things, I haven't made them go all the way to the edge. I'll just show you so you can see. See, I've left room around them. This one I made go pretty close to the edge. But the rest of them, I've left some space around them. But for this, I want it to go now not all the way to the edge, but all the way to the edge of the map paper. And in order to do that, oh, I can use that. Cool, fun. All right. I was afraid I was going to have to cut it this way. But this is exactly perfect, actually. So now I just have to decide how wide I want it to be and cut it that wide. Okay. So let's go ahead and move that. I know I don't want it. How wide it? Well, let's cut off this to make it flush first. Okay. Now then, let's see how wide that is. If I make it flush there, it's almost 3 inches, and I think that's a little bit too wide. Let's see how wide this is. Okay, this is 6.5. So 3 inches will, you wouldn't really be able to see very much that's behind it if it's 3 inches. So if we make it 2.5, you can see more, but that'll give us enough width to add the other 2 on top. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it 2.5. And so I'm going to take off. Okay. Let's see. Having troubles. Okay, this is about 3.5. Okay, let's go ahead and cut it to there first of all. And then I think I can, because I was thinking that was 3 inches. So, but we want to make it even on both sides. So let's just get to that point first. Okay. And I still think that's a little bit too wide. Hi, Jerome. I don't think you've been in here before. Welcome. We're making a lap book. That's what this is. I don't know if you've been watching, how much you've seen of what we've done so far when I was showing it earlier. But that's what this is. It's a lap book. And for this, on this portion of it, we're going to make what we call a belly band. Long-time subscriber, sometime watcher. I understand how that is. I'm subscribed to people that I do that too, because you can't watch everybody, and not everybody you like to watch all the time. So, okay, I'm going to take I'm going to take a 1/2 inch off of each side. And I may wish I hadn't taken that much, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, I think that's plenty wide enough. Now, I like this, but I want my base to be strong, so I'm going to just glue this together and use the whole thing instead of just taking one piece of it. So we're going to glue it together and ink it, and then we'll decide what we're going to put on top of it for the other parts. Okay. Okay. Now, of course, we're going to ink it. Of course, of course. Okay. Woo. Now, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put the whole thing together. And then I'm going to glue it down. That way, I won't be messing with stuff on top of it and cause it to come loose. That's my thought anyway. So let's set this aside. And let's decide what we're going to put on top of this. And we need something sturdy. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So let's see what we have in here that might. What's long enough? That's long enough. But what else do we have that's long? We have a piece like that that's long. Ooh, we have the birds. That's nice. The only problem is if I use the birds and then I put something else on top of this, you'll cover up the birds. So we might as well just use words. Don't you think? I think. That's what I think. Good night, Deborah. Sleep well. January and birds. Yeah. We may use this. I don't know. I've got some other things that have, pieces I can use. Where are they? For the, yeah, see, I can use this one for the little one that's going to be the very top. So we'll do that. That'll put some color. Where did I put you, May? Here. Okay. This is kind of flimsy too. I think I need a double strength. A double strength. Oh. Got to keep all the bits because this paper is so pretty. You're going to use them for something. I need to get that Ziploc baggie I keep telling myself I'm going to get. Or the page protector, but I haven't done it yet. Okay, let's see how wide this is. Well, it says that 41 people are watching right now, but not nearly that many come into text. I mean, into the, what do you call it? The chat. Okay, so I'm going to put my score mark at 1.5. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. Let's do that. I didn't realize there was this on the other side. Okay. So we have this, and I think that'll work. So let's glue it together. Okay. That'll make that sturdier too. Because this is something we're going to be using, you know, hopefully for a long time. So I want it to be, sturdy. And I'm just going to ink it around the edges here. Okay. Now I think I'm gonna glue this one at the even with the bottom, and then that way the number will still show up here because I like that idea. Good night, Tanya. Sleep well. Oh goodness, yes. You definitely need to go get some sleep if you have to be there that early. Definitely. Okay. Now then I'm going to try to center this best I can. And glue it right there. Okay. Uh-oh. I was supposed to put glue in the middle so I could make this a two piece. I mean a two opening. Let's just do it. I don't know if that's exactly the middle or not, but we're just going to do it there. So that's where our middle is going to be, whether it's the middle or not. Okay. So now we've got it glued here and here and here. So we've got our opening here and our opening here. And then this whole thing is going to be open back here when we put it in the book. And so now we want to put a smaller one on top. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this because I want it to be not rounded. I want it to be flat, just like the rest of it's flat. And we'll go ahead and bring it up closer to the picture. Okay. Now then, let's see how wide this is. This is about 3 inches too. And I don't want it to be as wide as that one because I want there to be some space. So I'm going to trim off a 1/2 inch. And that will make it, well, that's not quite 2.5. Let's go to 2.5 exactly. Okay. Now then, I'm going to put this at 1 1/4. And we're going to score it like that. Okay. And then we're going to fold it. And that wasn't exact, so let's try to make it exact. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to trim this because I didn't fold it exactly like I should have. So we'll just trim it a little bit. No biggie. Okay, first of all, let's cut that because that's not straight either. I can't make the side straight if the bottom's not straight. Okay. There we go. And I may put this one kind of to the side. No, I think I would struggle with that. It would be not symmetrical, and I would struggle with that. So we're just going to make it as symmetrical as we can here. I already went off grid by putting it to the bottom and not all the way to the top. Not centering that part, so. Okay. Bees are our friends. That's right. We need them, and we're losing so many. It's scary. Okay. Let's ink this up. Alrighty. Now this is going to be kind of eyeball it. Okay, so I need an opinion. Should I center it with this, or should I center it with this piece? With the big piece or with this piece? Make this in the center. Which one? You have enough bees for all of us? Oh. That's good. That's a good thing. Because I can't have any. Center it in the pretty one. Well, that's kind of what it is right there. So it'll look like this. Thank you, Barb. If we center it to the big piece, it'll be about like this. Oh, let's turn it right side up. Yeah, if we center it to the big one, it'll be like that. It's not going to be a whole lot of difference. If we center it to the little one, it'll be more like this. Okay. Well, let's figure out what center is. Let's do centimeters. They're a little bit more. Oh, goodness, I'm so sorry. Oh, my allergies are bad anyway, and then we've had rain the last 3 days, and that's just making them that much worse. I'm sick of sucking on cough drops. Okay, so 22 and a little more than a half. So that would mean center is 11 and a little bit. And so it's going to be about right here. Okay, so right there. Come on. Okay. That's going to be center, whether it's center or not. That's where we're going to put it. So we've got right here, and right here, and right here. And then when we glue it in the book, we'll have it back there. Okay. So let's just go ahead and do that. It's gonna, whoops. Ugh, I'm dropping everything. Sorry. Okay, it's gonna be pretty much like this. I like it. I like that I can keep the, we can still see the mat behind it. So thank you, Jerome. Okay. Okay, we're just going to put it right here, and we're going to call that centered. Yay! Okay. I do too, Diane. I really do. I mean, when you use a map that's that pretty, you have to let some of it show. Have to let some of it show. Okay. Now then, we are almost finished. What's left is in here. So I can do a pocket on this one and do something fat over here, or we can do two semi-fat things here. Hi, Andy. It's good to see you. So what do y'all think would be better? A pocket here and some kind of, let me show you what I was thinking about. And you can tell me if you like the idea or not. If I can figure out where I put it. Here it is. This is what I was thinking about doing for next week. One of these, like I did in the envelope, it might not be exactly like this, but, when we were doing 30 days of envelopes, I was thinking about making something like this to go in here. I know. So this is one of the things I'm going to do. I think I've just decided I'm definitely going to do this. But if I make a lot of these into pockets where you can put stuff, it will puff up once you've got stuff in it. But there'll still be room to do something else over here. So thanks. This is so much fun to do because it's just like, you can even add more in here if you want to. You can just do, and you can make it like this, or you can make it like this, just whatever the day, you feel like that day. So, and I do have a playlist called Let's Make a Lapbook that has all the live streams that I've worked on in this. And usually we try to start working on the Lapbook about 7:30. So about 30 minutes into the live stream. But the last couple, it's been more like an hour or something because I was doing some other stuff first. Anyway, anybody who wants to see how all this other stuff was done, they are available. Well, you go right ahead and show her. She might really enjoy it. Okay, so this is one of the things we're going to do, and this is what we're going to do next week. This will take a lot of time, because if you decorate, all of these envelopes and deciding which ones are going to be pockets and which ones are just going to be flips, that takes some time. So this is what we're going to do next week. And then we'll still have something we can do over here the week after that, and then we'll be finished. So we'll have to find something new to do in April. I may have to, I don't know. Well, the ones that we're doing, you know, a lot of the crafters do these that are grown-up style. The first ones I did with my kids. I homeschool my kids, and we did Lapbooks kind of as research projects when they were in elementary school. And so they would, we made them out of file folders. We used 3 file folders and put them together, and then we made all these interactive things that go in them. So it's different from this, but it's this came out of that. And that's what some of the public schools have used them too. I knew them as a homeschool thing because when I was in school, I never saw, we never did this when I was in school, but all my homeschool friends were doing them. So I even taught a class on Lapbooks to the homeschool group, where I showed them how to make all those things and how to use them to do like interactive research type paper. Anyway, that's where this came from, is those things that we do with the kids in school. Okay, so this is what we're going to do next week. So you just need all kinds of envelopes and whatever kind of papers. And I'm going to be using book pages because that's what I'm doing in this, to decorate with. You can use wallpaper, you can use scrapbook paper, you can use book pages, you can use music paper, you can use whatever you want. We need things to look forward to. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Where do you live? I've always heard that the best honey to use is the one that comes from close around you. How far away are you from me? I have a whole playlist, and it's hashtag 31 days of altered envelopes. I did something every day in August with envelopes. So I did a lot of pockets and things with envelopes, and this was one of the things that I did in that 31 days of envelopes with some of these. That was fun. Okay. I've got something that's coming up saying unable to connect to chat. Are y'all still there? Are y'all still there? Let me know if you're still there, because I'm not sure why it's saying that. It says please try again later. I've never seen that before. So are y'all gone? Have I lost you? If so, I'm glad we got the Lapbook done. Okay, nobody's saying anything, so I'm assuming that I'm gone. How weird. Because my computers just keep going. It says I'm live. It doesn't say there's any problem at all. Okay. Well, if you're here, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight because I can't see chat anymore, and so I don't know if you're here or not. I love you all. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Don't touch your face. Wash your hands. Stay home. Stay home and do some art. Stay home and do some art. God bless you. Good night.